The French Revolution and the idea of the nation. So we'll see the first paragraph. In this first paragraph, what it actually indicates, the world's first revolution is the French Revolution that took place in the year 1789. This was happened in the late 18th century. This French Revolution has been a very important agenda of taking the rule of the monarchy, and this has been transferring the rule to the body of French citizen. So now the sovereignty has been transferred from monarchy to the French citizen. This was the conclusion of this revolution. For this only the people, the French citizen has been fighting for. They removed the king. At that time the king was Louis XVI. They removed the absolute monarchy and the power has been taken by the French citizen. Because of this French Revolution, political and constitutional changes has been taken place. That is nothing but monarchy has been replaced by the citizen. So now they are changing the shape. They are making the shape and they are constituting the nation. They shaping the destiny of the nation and constitute the nation is the final conclusion defined from the revolution, right? So this was the French Revolution. Now we'll see the second paragraph. So in this second paragraph, from the beginning, the French revolutionaries introduced various measures and practices that could create a sense of collective identity among the French people. This is a very important thing. So the measures what actually the revolutionary has taken, that brings the collective identity among the people. What are the measures taken by the revolutionaries? So this may be one of the question they can ask. So in simple, so we have some points. In simple, I'll explain. The idea of la patrie. La patrie is nothing but the fatherland, and the le citoyen. Citoyen is nothing but the citizen. That came. What is that idea of fatherland and the citizen? It is nothing but that they are all emphasized the common community having the equal rights under a constitution. So that is very important thing. The idea of the fatherland and the citizen will give you the equal rights under a constitution. So they are already they are going to form a constitution, or the monarchy has been replaced. So now the constitution will give them the equal rights. That was the thing. The first point. Second is the tricolor flag was chosen. Usually the monarchy, they will be having their royal standard flags. That has been replaced, and now the new French tricolor flag has been chosen. That's the second measures they have given. Third is the Estate General was elected. The Estate General was elected and they renamed the National Assembly. Estate General was elected by the body of active citizens. As we all know, this Estate General usually from the three estates, that is comprising clergy, nobility and a commoner. Now these power, usually the power has been very limited to the commoner, and we all know those things. The Estate General was elected. Now that has been elected by the citizens, and they are naming the National Assembly, and also they will be name as a National Constituent Assembly. They will be naming as National Constituent Assembly, right? So that was the third measures they have taken. So they are forming a Estate General. Their members has been elected, and they are forming a National Assembly. Fourth measure is hymns were composed and oaths they were taken. Hymns is nothing but some songs or poems. They will be composing it, and due to that they are building the nationality, right? And oaths have been taken, and they were remembering the people who have been fighting for it. That is martyrs. Martyrs means the people who we are remembering those people, all in the name of the nation. So that was the fourth measure. Fifth is Centralized administrative was taken place. Centralized administrative along with the uniform law, that is very important. What is that uniform law? That is, law is completely there. That is in the entire territory. What actually they are telling, that law is uniform for all citizens present within their territory. That is the uniform law. They are emphasizing it. Seventh measure is internal custom duties and dues were abolished. That is very important thing. Usually the custom duties were there and they have to pay lot and lot of taxes. That has been abolished. That has been come to an end. And uniform system of weights and measures was adopted. That is very important thing. So uniform system of weights throughout their territories, the weights and the measures, if you are weighing 5 kg of if you are buying something 5 kg of any thing like 5 kg of wheat or 5 kg of whatever it may be, rice, that is same 5 kg, it is throughout the territory. Usually in olden days, in before the revolution, it was not there. And measures means if I buy some 5 centimeter or 5 meters or of cloth, that is the same throughout their territories. That 5 meters will be same. Previously this was not there. So what actually happens is, at one point, if I'm measuring 5 kg, at the other point of the territory, that won't be the 5 kg, that will be 4.8 kg, or that will be 5.5 kg. There will be a variation in the measures, right? That has been now uniformed. And then regional dialects were discouraged. So previously the people will be having a regional dialects, like how we are every region, the Tamil Nadu Tamil they are speaking in whatever it's a Malayali Malayalam, they will also, that is a regional. So that has been discouraged like that. And French has been, we have to speak only the French. That and that has to be written in Paris. That is a common language of that. This is a very important point. They made that is a common language of the nation. That was the second paragraph. So the idea, they make this idea. What actually they made in this is, so they made the fatherland and the citizen. That is emphasizing the equal rights. Then they are bringing their own flag, and then a state general assembly, national assembly forming by electing, right? And then they are making a hymns, poems, and then oaths they are taking, all in the name of nations, right? And then centralized administrative system, and they are bringing their uniform laws throughout their territories. Who are all in the territories, they have to adhere this law. And then the customs duties on taxes has been removed. Regional dialects, that has been, now it was not, that has to be removed or discouraged. It was French was to be the common language of the nation, right? So these measures, what actually they have taken, was very useful to the people in the French. Now the French, they have not stopped there. What actually want? They want to extend the revolution, and they want to liberate the entire people of the other Europe from despotism. Despotism means that monarchy or the dictatorship rule, and they want to make the other European people also want to become the nation. So they have their mind in order to liberate the entire Europe. That was the thing they are having in their mind. For that, they are proceeding also. In this paragraph, what it states is, so this news, the French Revolution and the measures, how they removed the monarchy, and these measures, how the very enriched measures, how it is very helpful to the people, all these news has been reached the different cities of the Europe. So the other European people, like students and other members who are educated, that is very, very important. So among only the educated people, and they are middle classes, they are began to start a club that is called as Jacobin Club. This is very important thing. So what actually happened? People who are very much interested in the news which was received from the France, the educated, either the student as well as the educated middle class, who have been middle class in the sense who have been under work like business or doing some professionals like teachers, doctors, who are all educated, and the students, they are forming up a club that is known as Jacobin clubs, and they are making the activities and they are forming campaigns, right? But they are preparing in such a way that for the French armies which moved, so they helping their French people, French, not French people, French armies to get into the countries like Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, and much of the Italy in 1719. What actually they are doing? So they are starting up the club, right? Through that club they are giving the news to the other people. They are doing many activities and they're campaigning about this events of the French. See how the French has been made, they removed the monarchy and now they are forming a constitution, they are electing, and they are bringing so many measures like that. They are in across the Europe. This is happening not in a one particular place. This was happening across Europe, in many places of the Europe. This club has been started. What actually happened is, because of this club, the French armies, previously we have studied that French people, they also want to liberate the other peoples of Europe from despotism. Despotism is nothing but that is from the monarchy rule. They have already in their mind they want to remove the other monarchies of the European country, other regions. Now this Jacobian clubs, they are developing their own way. They are telling their agendas of the French activities. Now this welcomed the French armies. Now the French armies, they are easily entering into the places like Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, and much of Italy in 1719, just a year after their French Revolution. Why they are moving? They are moving into these countries in such a way that they want to liberate the peoples of Europe. So the French armies, they are entering into these countries, and for this the Jacobian club is paved the way, right? Now with the outbreak of the revolutionary wars, the French armies began to carry. So this is the very important thing. How the French armies enter into the other countries? They cannot easily enter into the other places. Only because of this revolutionary French Revolution, and they carry the idea of nationalism. So they easily entered with the help of Jacobian clubs into various other parts of the Europe. Right. So now we understood that French armies easily entered into the territories of some of the European countries, right? Okay. What actually now here, the Napoleon, now we have to talk about this hero called Napoleon. Actually, he was an ordinary general in the army, right? Now the French armies are now moving into the European countries, inside the Europe, right? He was a general, army general, okay? He was a part of the revolution, French Revolution that took place in 1789. He was most respected and he was very much, what to say, he had a lot of respect. So this made him to be in a good place of in both, as well as in his personal as well as his work profile. What actually he is doing is, now he is showing his original face. Once he entered into the other regions of the Europe, he was not satisfied with the assembly what actually they formed in the France. Now he was telling, why how to listen all to your things? No, I'm not going to listen, I'm not going to do anything. Now the National Assembly, the National Constitute Assembly, what actually they are formed, he disliked it. He was refused to do or to hear from them. So he himself declared, I am the leader, I will be the in charge of complete military, and I am the striking power. So I will be now removing the government. So Napoleon, he overthrew the government and now he has taken a complete military dictatorship. What actually happens? This destroyed democracy in France. But even though the administrative field, which had given a revolutionary principles, that is more rational and that is efficient, right? Administrative thing was more rational and efficient, but he destroyed the democracy in France. Okay, so what actually he is doing is, once after entering into the other regions, he is giving a code called as civil code, the otherwise called as Napoleonic code, that was in 1804, 1799. From 1799 he has taken the charge, and 1804 he is given a code. What is that code? It is nothing but some measures he is giving it. What are all the measures? Like the privileges enjoyed by the birth, that has been completely removed. Privileges means, as we know, like the royal people, aristocracy, and the poor, that has been completely removed. That privileges based on birth has been removed. And equality, all the people are equality before law. That is no, whether he is royal people, he is a poor, that is not there, right? He is giving a equality. The measure second is equality before the law, and secure the right to property. This is very important. What is right to property? Yes, usually the monarchy, what actually is, whatever the property they like, they will be taking. They will be taking from the peasants or the other people. They will be taking for themselves. But now it is not like that. Nobody can take the other property. So everybody who wants, they will be having the right for their own property. That is very important measures he has adopted. This code usually he exported to the regions where he is under French, was under the regions under French control. So these are all the measures he has given to the countries like what to say, Switzerland, Dutch Republic, Italy, Germany. He has given these measures. Along with that, he simplified the administrative division. That is very important. That is by abolishing the feudal system. Feudal system is very thing like the king will be under the king is the highest position, nobles, and the noble will be under knights or vassals, and then finally serfs and peasants will be there. So this is a feudal system, right? King, noble, knights, and the peasants. The hierarchy will be like this. First king will be there, the last the serfs and the peasants will be there. Okay, what actually he is doing? He abolished the feudal system and he made the peasants free from the serfdom. This is very important word. What is serfdom? Serfdom is nothing but the lands usually will be controlled by the ministers or the landlords, where the peasants have to work there as a slaves. They don't have any separate idea. Only based on their views they have to work in the what actually they have to cultivate. They cannot even they cannot even move from one place to other. It is they are completely slaves. So manorial dues. All peasants are not serfdom. Okay, serfdom is nothing but there are some few peasants who were serfdom. They were slaves. They were under the landlords, right? So that those peasants are now freed. And manorial dues. What is that manorial dues? The dues or the taxes they have to pay to their landlords, to the nobles, in exchange for the land they work on. Like a tenant, I am working on your land, so you have to pay these much taxes, these much amount you have to pay. So those are manorial dues are completely removed. And if you're talking about in the towns, again the guild system restrictions were removed. Guild is on other type of taxes followed in the towns, that is also removed. And transport and communication systems that has been improved. And peasants, artisans, workers, and new businessmen enjoyed a new freedom. So the peasants, artisans, workers, they found to be free and they enjoying that freedom, right? Businessmen and small scale producers of goods, that is small scale producers of goods, they began to realize They were very happy. That is, realize the uniform laws, wage measures, and common national currency. They realized that this would facilitate movement and exchange of goods capital from one region to another. So they started to realize, right, if it is if we are following these all these things, it will be very helpful for them. They began to realize. So they are all so many measures that has been given by Napoleon. This was so advantageous, and the people were very enjoying. Initially, they were very happy. Yes, he has given, they removed serfdoms, manorial dues, guilds he removed, and he made everybody should be equal, no privileges based on birth, and right to property, and what to say, transport communications. This enriched the trade, and everybody, the workers, peasants, artisans, they were all very happy, fine. But what actually they are stating in the last paragraph? In the areas he conquered, initially the French rule, that is the population to French rule were local populations, that is has been French rule were mixed. Initially, the Holland, Switzerland, and as well as the cities like Brussels. Brussels is nothing but Belgium capital. Mainz. Mainz is a city in Germany. Milan in Italy. Warsaw. This is the Poland. In Poland, the cities, the French armies, initially they were welcomed. They thought they are harbingers of liberty. What is the harbingers? Nothing but they are the identity of something good. So they are the identity, like they initially they are assumed to be hero, like identity of something is good, and they were very much enthusiastic, and they were welcomed those people, so that we will also free from this monarchy. But finally they that turned into hostility means they disliked this Napoleon. Why? Because the administrative, whatever, it became clear that new administrative arrangement does not go hand in hand with political. Yes, he has done so many administrative things, but politically he was not done anything. They didn't go hand in hand. Why? Because he destroyed democracy. He removed the dictate, that is a constitute assembly, the elected thing, national constituent assembly in France, and he became a monarchy. He want to become a monarchy, and he, wherever he is going under conquiring, he wants to extend the territories. That was his main aim. Rather than removing the monarchy, he wants to extend his territory. He wants to make the control of himself instead of giving them to the citizen. So increased taxation. Wherever he is going and conquiring those areas, he made the tax to be high. And censorship. Nobody should write, or nobody should speak, or nobody should sing any poem or anything against this Napoleon. So there is a censorship. Forced conscription. Forced conscription is you are forcing, you have to come into the army. Forcingly pulling them into the recruiting into the army. These are all, why actually he has to force? Because he want to conquer the rest of the Europe. So whatever the thing he has done, but these are all the disadvantage. So the people, their enthusiasm turned hostility. So this was the conclusion of the Napoleon. And this pictures usually shows the Napoleon defeat that we will be seeing in the upcoming chapters. That is Leipzig in 1813. While he was going to his France, as he is losing the letter as a courier boy, he will be losing the letter, the same that he will be losing this picture, the territories. Okay, this is the picture of the entire Rhineland. He loses on this home from Leipzig. That is the first battle in 1813. He lost. Right? This was a Napoleon picture. This has been depicted. Right? And in this picture, figure 4, this was planting a tree of liberty that was in Zevenbrücken, that is in Germany. This was painted by Karl Caspar Fritz. This actually emphasized that the French who has entered, they were thought that first they were going to liberate them, they are the liberators, but actually they were the oppression. So they making the people to pay more tax and ships. So that picture is showing this thing in which they are making the women, and they are all under them. So this shows how the peasants, they were all forcing the peasants to knee down and harass the young women. Okay, this picture shows that the French occupation gives the oppression, not the liberation. Right? Thank you.